250 is today getting filled up to water test because we did go ahead and reseal. They are very thick. I beaded the ever-living crap out of them because I wanted to make sure that we weren't going to leak. We all know that this tank did not leak before because, as you saw in the video, I took the water out of this tank and then transported it into the truck, into my house, etc. So we know it didn't leak before. So now, if it leaks, I am quitting YouTube. Now, before you say, wow, Sean, that is pretty empty for a scaped tank, you are correct. So what I'm doing currently is I'm just filling it up ever so slightly, just so the water can touch all of the moss. Then I'm pretty much almost done adding the moss. I don't mind tying moss around things when it's underwater. I can do it quite easy, but it looks very good so far. I do need to get some more of these plants here because I feel like there needs to be more around here and then in the bottom underneath this right here, just so it grows in a little bit better. I have some moss on the top, got the moss on these pieces just on the edges like it would be in the wild. The moss will grow like kind of on, you know, dead pieces of trees, as you can see, like right here, as that's natural right there and there. So I'm just trying to replicate some stuff, and you do see silicone, but that stuff's all going to be covered up with moss. We do have to get some more round lava rocks. I want to put some more around here in the middle, and then probably a couple over here as well to obviously cover up that. I've got to put more sand in. I'm loving the way this looks. This is my first proper giant aquascape. Now, to some people, it might not be a crazy aquascape, but we are putting a fish in here that requires a lot of wood, moss, plants, Anubis, rocks, and everything along those lines. Someone did get it right on the channel, and when we release the video for adding that fish to this tank, we'll go over, like, you know, why I chose to put that fish in here, and why I'm so, like, scared about having that kind of fish in this tank. We did have to add this piece right here. It's some sandstone. Now, people might say, hey, it's gonna increase the hardness of the water. That one little piece isn't really going to do much. It's when you plaster the tank with a lot of it, it will actually increase the hardness of the water. So far, the only one that has moved has been this big one. Everything else is weighed down. You can't see, but behind this piece, there's more rocks leaning against and over this big piece too. Hopefully, nothing else moves. I am nervous about this big one that comes down, because even though it's wedged under this one and a couple of other rocks, I actually siliconed it to the side of the glass. And you're not going to see it, but it is siliconed to the side. Hopefully, that doesn't break loose or pop, and then this top end decides to go up when the water gets up here. I would imagine if it was wanting to float by now, it would have, because it's past the main part, which is obviously this section right here. That section is going to raise before this section because it is clearly underwater. But so far, so good. I am loving the look of it. I just can't wait to plaster it with more plants and make this section pretty heavy, and then go kind of light over here. You enjoying yourself, buddy? Yeah. So we are at like a landscaping place where they sell like a bunch of rocks. Okay, so I went to several places. They said they can only sell like so many, and I only need a couple, right, for the, you know, for the 250. So we've got these. They're too big. Then obviously you've got these darker ones. We just need some that look good. They're the wood, so. definitely needs more moss. I am trying to get a hold of the guy from a local fish swap that I went to. I'm trying to find out when he's available. Grab more moss. And I forgot what the event is called, or the club, and I'm so sorry, I'm probably gonna butcher it. I think it's something like Ohio Aquatic something association, maybe. I don't know, like I'm very new to the group. So if I get it right, hopefully, I don't know if I got it right, but Ohio Aquatic Association, maybe. And if I butchered that and some guys from that club are watching, I am so sorry. I'll get it right one day. Right now I'm just cleaning a bunch of dry, crusty something off the bloody tank here, because it looks awful. I'll never get it to this point. Like, it will never get this dirty. I don't know how people can get their tank like this dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Figure it out, people. If your tank has dry stuff on it, like this, please figure it out. But you guys know, this was 100% abandoned when I bought it. And we had to take all the fish out of it. And clearly the guy didn't take care of his tank, because this is absolutely disgusting. You want to know what I'm using? I'm using a straight razor, dipping it. Like I said, it's just, you know, it's fish, gunk and stuff. I'm not too worried about it. It's not going to pollute this tank. It's not going to do anything to the water. It's completely fine. Just scrape it off. It goes back into the tank. It goes back into the tank. I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, we've got the FX4 and then now running. We still have to do some like TLC on the tank itself, like what I'm doing right now. Just kind of getting some gunk and stuff off the top of it. Doesn't look like I don't look after my fish tanks, because you guys know I definitely do. 400 gallon is actually behind you guys, and I will say it looks absolutely amazing. I have added some wood into it. The Giardini is just loving his life right now. You know, going from a small tank that he was in to a giant one where he can just swim around so freely. It's very nice. I do love the build. You guys want to see it? I think y'all want to see it. The 400 gallon aquarium looks tremendous. It just got a water change the other day. The water's actually not that yellow. I think it might be the type of lights that are on it that's causing it to look so terrible. You know, his feeder fish have grown tremendously. The Geophagus is still small, but the colors on this guy are just great. And luckily enough, he has not eaten any of them yet, which is kind of nice. Well, I wanted to eat these guys, but he wouldn't. But his gill curl has come back on his right side. He's a bit skeptical of me because I just walked in the door and I've been moving stuff in front of his tank. But he just looks absolutely stunning. Really does look stunning. It is the day after we added Ted to the tank. So it's been roughly 24 hours. I want to say maybe like 20 hours, something along those lines. I'm not being specific. I'm just saying I did a little tiny water change on the 250. I didn't need to do it. I just did it anyway. I don't know why. I was just kind of on one of my like cleaning modes. Went in and cleaned the 400. The 400 looks absolutely spectacular. And then I dropped the water level to about here, filled it back up, right? And then my idiotic self totally forgot that we needed to leave the water here. So now I'm gonna have to wait maybe a couple of days, or I'll just drain it off camera just so I know for sure if Ted here decides to go a little bit crazy, he will not jump out the tank. Right now we're just warming the tank up pretty much. Well, I'm not warming the tank up. The heat is doing its thing. It realizes that it's no longer at 79, and it's like, wait a second, I've actually got to work now. So now it's at 76. It is heating because you can see the lights kind of doing this weird thing right here. It just means that it's heating the water back up to the set temp, which is at 79. I will say with this build, I most enjoyed doing the scaping on it, because I've never really done a giant scape like this. And the coolest thing is about this, everything in this came from outside. It either came from my yard or it came from the trail that me and the dog go for a walk on. And I did, in fact, on Instagram, put up a story saying, hey, me and Rex are out collecting driftwood. And I decided to call it Sean Select, right? So I know people we name in different types of driftwood after themselves, like Texas Select or Canada Select and all that stuff. But for me personally, this right here is Sean Select. And I selected it, Rex selected it, and it honestly looks fantastic. I'm very proud of it. And I do like the rock placements. I like the wood placement. I think all in all, it's going to be a fantastic tank for him. Now, it is a 250-gallon fish tank for one fish, which is the Fahaka Puffer. And people have slid up on my story and said, that's a lot of tank for that one fish. Absolutely. Like, you are right, yes. But for me, I like to have my monster fish in my basement around me where I am most likely going to be throughout the day. Now, the fish room isn't really that far away from the back deck of the house, as you've seen in previous videos. It's pretty close, but I'm not always out there. Now, I know these fish aren't exactly, you know, more sensitive to certain things than the fish that are in the fish room. I know full well that fish room is heated. It's an enclosed area. You know, it is just a perfect parameter for every tank out there. But in here, obviously in the basement, the temperatures are a little bit lower because you are in the basement. You're technically underground. So heat rises, it leaves the room and it goes up. The house is obviously heated, right? I like to come down here and play some video games now and again, you know, and the fact that I get to do it with these fish around me just makes it 10 times better. But all in all, this build went fantastic, and I do appreciate every single person that has subscribed and liked and followed this journey and commented on the previous video with building the 400-gallon. You have no idea. You guys, again, smashed it out the water. Like, we gained over 250 subscribers just from those two videos that we released. You guys pretty much put me at 3,000 watch hours, I think, which is insane. You guys are crazy. And again, from the bottom of my heart and my dog's heart, because he is sleeping next to me, thank you so much for supporting my journey here on YouTube and my journey in fish keeping. As you all know, I've only been doing this for about 2.5 years. That's it, 2.5 years, and I've already built a 400-gallon fish tank. I already turned the barn into a fish room, which is crazy. I just wanted to make my mark on YouTube, I guess, with everyone being like, who is this new fish YouTuber? Who is this new fish hobbyist coming to YouTube doing these crazy things? It's me. Hello, I'm Sean, and I am Noisy Aquatics. I've done some pretty crazy stuff, but you guys have been doing even crazier shit. So I just want to say thank you, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me that you support this, you support my channel, you support everything I do here, and I just try to bring good to YouTube. I try to show you guys exactly what is going to happen. There is no, like, you know, smoothed over content. Like, if something happens that's bad, I'm gonna tell you right up. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't want to put on a fake personality for you guys in case you do meet me in person and I'm like just complete opposite than what you see on the screen. Never like that. I just wanted to be honest with you and show you guys I'm here for the long run, and you guys have made that possible. So again, thank you so much. By the time this video comes out, I will most likely be at 1,000 or close to it, not being cocky at all. I'm just saying I've been catching up on my analytics and it looks crazy, or analytics, whatever Americans say. And you people have just been smashing that subscribe button. And to me, I feel like by the time this video releases in 3 days, right now it is, I think, Thursday. I don't even know the date, but it's Thursday. So most likely, like on Monday when this comes out, I will probably be at 1,000. So this is an early thank you for you guys doing that for me so much. I'm going to be giving away a CO2 Higer kit, which they sent me. I said it in the previous video. They sent me 3 and I only needed 2. So one of you lucky people are going to be getting a, you know, CO2 self-generating kit. It's going to be a 2L. I have them all on my scape tanks in the fish room, and believe me when I say this, that's so much more easier if you don't have access to getting actual CO2 and someone can fill up a canister for you. So if you want to be a part of that, just stay tuned, because we have a ton of stuff coming. We've got to do our membership stuff, we have to do everything else, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. I appreciate you, I love you, I'll see you in the next one.